Usually when we do any sort of educational program, there's an assessment part of it. And I was looking at the language here. Is there any way we can assess how this is working compared to how they're learning at Hawkeye? Is that part of this that I'm missing?
I would be able to answer that question. Dr. IT
Basically, they're doing the curriculum of the community college. They follow the curriculum with the same coursework. They meet several times with the instructors from Hawkeye, both before the school year starts and during each semester as well. Aside from a student assessment or evaluation at the end, there isn't anything that would say these students got the same grade as somebody on campus because our teachers are teaching them. But they're required to follow the same grading scale and utilize the same assessments and so forth for those courses.
But we don't have any assessment in place to see if they're coming out with the same content knowledge or anything.
You know, probably not in the sense of a specific written assessment of any sort. I guess the proof in the pudding is when the students transition to UNI or elsewhere. You know, those students are doing very well.
Do we know that they do just as well as if they had done Hawkeye on campus?
I think they do better. But that's my personal opinion.
Okay, but we have no assessment stating that.
Yeah.
No, well, and truly, as Dan said, the assessment components, the staff have to be certified just as they would be if they were employed at Hawkeye. They have to use the same curriculum. They use, if not the same assessments, the similar assessments, because they work so closely together with the faculty members at Hawkeye. That is designed, required to be the exact same course, just taught on campus. So, but we don't have somebody what an AP exam would be, that there's a benchmark exam that shows here's how we do it.
There's just some way to show that what we're doing is working.
Yeah, and that comes out, I think, in the grades and the transferability of those knowledge and skills as they transition into either Hawkeye or another year college or a four-year program. And what we've seen and heard, understand is that the students that take these courses are well prepared to transition.
And we've actually had some of our teachers that are teaching these courses at the high school also are employed by Hawkeye and adjunct instructors to teach the same course on campus.
UNI actually does that too.
I just had a question that we're renewing the school nursing agreement, and we've kind of had some communication about that. Can we just take at some time, as school starts this fall, and I know we're 3 years into that relationship, maybe is it 3 years now, or is it?
It's at least 4 years.
4.
Because it was here in place
Before I was on too. So. Okay. Just is there a way that we have surveyed our families who are impacted more so by the nursing services to see what their experience has been? I'm sure it's different for every family, but if it is possible for us to maybe review that and make sure that the services are fulfilling the needs that need to be met and communication is good. I'm sure it may even vary depending on building. So if it's possible for us to do that, I think that would be a good.
I can share that I do meet with the nurses monthly, and we've had very few concerns expressed to me to bring to that group, just so you're aware of that.
But I think board member Leeper is talking about the parents.
Right. And
that's what I'm just saying. I've had very few concerns expressed by parents to bring to that group. But
And is there kind of a formal way that if a concern is brought to maybe the building or the office or the nurse, that it is passed along to the appropriate administrative person?
I don't know if there's anything written, but usually the principals will share it with me, and then I take it to the supervisor.
Just
We articulate that. We have to go to principals a little more things succinctly, so if you have, if there are concerns that arise, if there's a pathway to determine that.
seems to be a very good time to review, especially with a lot of administrators coming on board, and maybe a good time to formalize some kind of process, just so we make sure that processes are the same in every building and communication is seamless. And then, so if there's a way we can maybe even plan on having that that far back, was just to get a report early on in the school year, that I think that'd be great,
Maybe we
if that's
could do
possible.
Do agenda for maybe just an update, versus if that's okay. Okay. Any other questions? Good questions. All right, if hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Is the approval of the depository bank and maximum deposit resolutions. Doug, do you want to talk about it?
Very briefly, every year by statute, the board has to set maximum depository limits for different banking institutions that the district may invest funds in over the course of the school year. You can see on the agenda that we have listed last year's banks and the amount of the depository limit as well as this year's. One small change we're requesting for this current school year, we are requesting that we raise the limit at Lincoln Savings Bank from $25 to $30 million. Lincoln Savings has been a great partner with the school district for the last couple of years, and the amount of return on investment that we're receiving versus the other banking institutions. And the district pretty much has all its assets, liquid assets, either with Wells Fargo or Lincoln Savings.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the depository bank maximum resolution, deposit resolutions?
So moved.
It's been moved. Do I have a second?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions?
Jim?
Sorry.
Jim.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, thanks, Tim. Item B on the agenda is the appointment of the board secretary. It normally is Doug, and you can choose to appoint someone else if you would like to as board secretary, but then you take ownership of that. So I'm asking for a motion tonight to appoint the board secretary. And who might that be?
Make sure you include the last name. I'm going to be a stickler.
Oh, yes,
Acronyms.
sorry, Jack. Sorry, both of you.
I move we appoint Jeff Sir on board secretary.
All right, any further discussion or?
Does he have to, like, do you have to agree to it? Like, is that part of the process?
He probably wants to, can I disagree?
There'll be a roll call vote, is that correct?
No, they can do by.
They can? Okay, all right, it just showed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And now we get to swear in. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the office of School Board Secretary in the Cedar Falls Community School District, Cedar Falls, Iowa, and now or hereafter required by law? Thank you.
That the Cedar Falls Community School District Board of Education approve the appointment of Doug Mesker as the authorized school business official for the Cedar Falls Community School District.
Second.
It's been moved by Jim Brown and seconded by Jim Kinnon. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Duke. Okay. Moving on now to our regular board meeting. We're in the public comment time. I have not been contacted about public comment. These ladies were instrumental in helping us get that support, so we can't thank you enough for the work and just coming tonight and presenting these names to us. We greatly appreciate it, greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. And just as a reminder, the board accepts the petition, the bond petition acceptance by the school board. This is a requirement of Iowa code. We cannot actually vote or act on any item to place it on the election due to the fact that Iowa code requires that the petition and the public say that they want something placed on the agenda. So without the petition, you can't act, you can't place anything on the ballot. So the petition allows us now to move forward to place the item on the ballot as a school board in the September 9th election. So thank you for all your work.
Yes. Good.
I think we need to make sure we keep saying September 9th, though. I had several people say, okay, well, be sure and vote in November this whole thing.
I know when?
November.
Yes, September 9th.
So we gotta keep that information out.
September 9th.
September 9th.
September 9th.
It's drilled into our brains.
Thank you.
Thank you.
School district, numbering at least 25% of those voting at the last election of school officials. The petition requests that an election be called on the issuance of bonds in the amount not to exceed $118 million to provide funds to construct, build, furnish, equip a new high school building, and to approve the site to construct, build, furnish, and equip a new elementary building, and to improve the site to construct, build, furnish, and equip additions to North Cedar and Orchard Hill elementary buildings, and to remodel, repair, improve, furnish, and equip those buildings and approve those sites, and to remodel, repair, improve, furnish, and equip the old high school building for reuse as an educational building and improve the site. Great, take action.
And I would say that hopefully in your electronic packet that you saw the resolution that was prepared for the board to act on this evening. And there is a condensed version of that, if you're in agreement with that resolution, that could be made into a motion.
I move that the Cedar Falls Community School District Board of Directors adopt a resolution ordering a special election on the issuance of $118 million of general obligation school bonds as presented.
And we will do a roll call vote after a second.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any further questions or discussion?
Okay. Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mrs. Coyle?
Yes.
Mrs. Lieber?
Yes.
Dr. Kenyon?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Dr. Shaw?
Yes.
And Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. And again, ladies, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
The thing that I wanted to add was the YES committee that is working in the community to help pass the bond election. Again, they've done an excellent job, as you can tell. They have worked very diligently for a school district meeting. They have 25% of the last electorate in the school board elections to sign a petition to receive twice the number of signatures that were needed. It is remarkable, shows the support, and certainly their diligence. We really want to applaud that. Thank them for their efforts. We start school on August 14th, August 11th, August 12th, August 12th, we have our back to school function, and all board members are invited to attend.
Will that be at the high school?
It will be in
What's the next step now? Get ready for September.
The committee that is working with it's called the Yes to Invest Committee. That committee will continue to advocate and promote, publicize, and try to help get out the vote. And as a school district, we will provide factual information. We have a website that will start to go live probably tomorrow. That's going to be a factual website. It's going to have an opportunity for people to ask questions. There will be frequently asked questions site. There will be information about taxation rates and impact on the levy, as well as other pieces of factual information that we can provide. We know as a school district we can't spend public dollars to advocate for a position, so our job and our role is to really take a step back and help provide that information to anybody in the community that can relate to it.
Committee will be meeting again on Thursday, and we will formulate a timeline so that we will just be ready to move on to that next step. So between now and Thursday, we have the information that we're working on and studying to then put together the timeline. We will, the committee will reach out to each of you and ask you to be a part or involved in a component of it. And they'll ask, probably try to fit you into an area of your expertise or your desire, or, you know, what you feel passionately about in whole scheme of things. Lots of opportunity.
As a district, will we be holding any more informational sessions?
We will, probably late August. We're working, and Janelle and I just discussed that, to have at least probably 2 informational items in the session to go right deeper into factual information, the impact. I think we're going to continue to gauge the interest in the website, how many people will go and review that, and then see after we have 1 or 2 informational sessions, we need additional ones. The hope will be that as we continue to communicate and have, I think, a very systemic approach to factual data, that there might not be a great need to have public forum to vote on. Yes, we probably will. And there'll be a
And you'll have the survey results for the committee meeting, right?
yes.
I know there was a survey because my neighbor told me.
Absolutely. Yes. So that's good. So yes, we should.
Always positive. So there are people who are strongly against it, but the conversations were very interesting. And I don't think people who are strong, the people I talked to, that narrow subset, who were strongly against it weren't entrenched in that position. And so I think we do have some work cut out for us, but I think it's very achievable.
Did you say they were or were not entrenched?
They were not entrenched, so strongly against, but open-minded, if that makes sense. But that's kind of what I got from several people I talked to when I asked them to decide.
And I had some of that too, and then I also had, most people assuming it was just about high school. And so we can share this information out, but it's larger than that.
And I would say, what Dr. Charles talked about, there's going to be work that needs to be done. We have to communicate, we have to make sure people understand all the implications, and I think there are people out there that are optimistic and very positive about the outcome, but also people, as far as having a yes vote, but there's also going to be a lot of, right now, reticence and people that are not necessarily a strong no, but maybe a leaning no, that we just, the yes votes will be out, and the yes committee will be out, kind of to help inform, but the district will be as well, with the information we provide in factual format, to make sure everybody is very clear on what the bond election means, what the items in the bond petition are, and on the ballot language, as well as the components and impact will have. It's all working.
In my experience, I didn't run into a lot of that, but what I did run into, people were either misinformed or uninformed. So hopefully educating people will at least give them the opportunity to make an informed decision rather than.
And some of the people that were sort of undecided about high school, as soon as they talked about in elementary, oh, yes, definitely. So it's wherever their interest is.
It's a process, and that's why this is a great opportunity, because they are allowing us to put it on the ballot. And so everybody will get an opportunity to be a part of this if they choose to vote. So, great opportunity for the district. And our kids. And our kids.
Yes, always, we ask questions,
Good.
and there's so many portions of this factual information that it's really crucial, so we have to make sure we stay ahead of it.
How are we as far as getting the secretary's information?
It is on the web.
Can everybody get on it? The district website?